Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
Hello, Star Wars fans. You know, there's 111 days until Christmas 2025. Oh, we're getting there, my friends. We're getting there. If you could do me a huge favor, do the liking and the subscribing. And actually, the number one thing that helps me most is you guys interacting here in the chat. And I see many of you here already. So let's say hello. Let's say hello to everyone. Brandon was the first one in here. He says, I hope everyone's having an amazing day. I hope you are too, Brandon. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Remember, hit the like button to subscribe if you haven't already. You know, and I set every one of these streams to subscribers only. This isn't for members. You don't have to pay, but the subscribers only feature allows us to keep the bots from spamming the chat. My channel is teeny tiny, right? We don't have that many folks here, but it's happened a few times, and it just makes it cleaner this way. So if you would like to just subscribe, hit the subscribe button. That's free. You can turn on notifications or not. Either way, that will allow you to interact in the chat. And today's show is one of the ones that we offer for our supporters. We have many of you are supporting the channel by being members here on YouTube. Others are patrons, and we try to offer extra benefits to our supporters by having a weekly call where on Wednesdays at this time we get on to a Zoom call and we talk about all kinds of things. In fact, today's topic, one of the things we're going to discuss, was generated from our meeting just this week. So if you'd like to participate in that, we have a good time. It'd be great to see you. That's offered for our members. And also from time to time, we do a call-in show like today. This is an opportunity for you. If you would like to talk about Star Wars, one of the topics of the week, feel free to join us. The link to join can be found on Discord in our members only channel there, or it can be found on YouTube in the comments. Not comments. It's there's a community post in the post for our members only. There's a link there. You can also find it on Patreon, and that link is on Patreon as well. So if you would like to join the show, stop in, say hi. We would love to talk some Star Wars with you today. And look, there's Mumbo Jimbo. Today's topic brought to you by Mumbo Jimbo. He asked me a fantastic question Wednesday. It led to a discussion, and it led me to thinking about a lot of things. And we'll talk about it here in just a little bit. Fitz, hello from Ireland, where the sun never shines. Oh, that's hilarious, Fitz. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you've had a great week. Let's see, who else do we have with us here? The Sabersmith. Hello, my friend. We're going to talk about some Star Wars toys, collectibles here in just a moment as well. So good to see you, Sabersmith. And there's the Discord. Fitz put in the command, and Streamlabs tells you this is the link to join our Discord. It'd be great to see you there as well. So thank you all for being here. You'll see behind me, there's a great big box. That great big box. I was trying to set up a microphone so I could talk remotely. Look, I got me one of these little lavalier kind of things. You put it on your collar, and then people can hear you. I just couldn't get it working just ahead of the show, so we'll try to get that working in the future. But what we're going to do today is a little bit of an unboxing, and one thing to discuss is this Haslab project. If you guys are prequels fans, you support Star Wars, and you love the prequels, then the Haslab for this year is for you. It's the LAAT gunship from Attack of the Clones, my least favorite Star Wars movie of all the movies, Attack of the Clones. But I'll tell you, this gunship is a fantastic offer from Hasbro, and they are having the final push. We're down to 3.5 days. We have 3.5 days left. They've added in some additional sales that are coming in internationally, primarily from like Australia and Asia. Hasbro, when you order from their site, it counts already. So then it's the third party retailers that they have in markets where the Hasbro app, or you can't buy directly from their shop, they get added in. Currently, with 3 days and 11 hours to go, we have, I think it's 11 hours, 3 days, 11 hours, and 50 minutes. We have 5,241 backers of the 8,000 needed to get this gunship. And my friends, there's a lot of discussion, debate on the interwebs about this LAAT gunship, because Hasbro has already offered the gunship in vintage collection scale before. But just a note about that gunship is nowhere near TVC scale. It's nowhere near vintage collection scale. It also has, it's more of a toy. The detail on it is like very, very plain. It's nowhere near. It's not big enough. It doesn't have the detail. The features in the toy that's been offered are basic, very, very basic. Scale is way off on the gun turrets. Everything is improved on this Haslab. And I see lots of people complaining about Hasbro doing a Haslab on this. And I don't understand. There's a thought out there, and it's prevalent amongst the Star Wars community, and I've seen it in other places as well. If I don't like something, I don't want anybody else to have it. If you love it, too bad for you, because I don't like it. And my opinion counts most. Of course, that's what people do. And you see people who are not interested in this gunship saying, I hope it fails. I don't see why they think that is helpful. I don't think it's helpful for the vintage collection line. I don't think it's helpful for collectors. I don't think it's helpful for anyone if this thing fails. I think it will pass. It's got, 2,800 more to go in the next 3 days. It's picking up steam quite rapidly. And normally in the last 72 hours, 48 hours, it picks up tremendously. And I've seen a lot of people talking about how the Rancor was at these numbers at this time, and it went above 8,500. This just needs to make it to 8,000. The Rancor did not meet its funding goal, so it never got made. This makes it over 8,000. It will get made, and everybody who's ordered it will get it. But I've also seen the prices of the vintage collection ones that are already out there, the toy ones. And those toy ones, hello, Will Morgan. Good to see you, Meta Egg. Those those toy ones are already selling at the Haslab price on eBay. Some people are asking for that amount of money for the vintage collection ones that are too small. The features are not there. The scale is off on the turrets. Everything is off on that toy. This Haslab is more for your collectors. The price is serious. It's $450 to back this. No cheap thing. But you know what? The Cantina that's in this big box right here, this is the last Haslab that came out, this Cantina. I have it right here. We're going to unbox it in a little bit. And I've got the Ghost in the other room. And you can see right here is my Razor Crest. This gunship that's right now is as big, in some ways bigger than this Razor Crest. And you can see the scale of it, right? Just my hand on the cockpit alone shows you the scale. You can see it right there. It's a massive vehicle. So it's something that I hope funds, not because I want it, because I know there are prequel fans who will want it. And in 2026, Hasbro is doing an Attack of the Clones kind of wave. And if you want to collect the prequel toys, the prequel vintage collection figures, you've got to have this gunship. So I think that's the strongest push I can make for it. I hope it funds. Like I said, I don't understand people that don't want it telling other people they hope it fails, because they think somehow that's going to make Hasbro make the thing they want. Well, they're not going to make the thing that you want if it's not going to pass, right? And they're like, well, it'll pass if they do the thing that I like. And they're doing this, and this is wrong, and I don't like the wrong. I want the thing for me. Well, you know what? For somebody else, it's the right. And it's the good thing. It's the thing that they're hoping for. And I'll say the same thing is true about shows, animated shows, movies. People who dislike the sequel trilogy are making all kinds of nonsense about them making future movies with Rey in it. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean there aren't people who do like it. And if they did more, that those characters that maybe you don't like might become something that you like more. It would be like, old people like me when the prequels came out to say, we'll not have that Rebels show. That Rebels show, that's too much of the prequel stuff. Prequels were trash. They ruined my childhood. Life is terrible since George Lucas made those prequel movies, and they're just rubbish, garbage. Why would you want a show like Rebels? Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started on the Clone Wars anime. What are you talking about? The worst Star Wars movies? You're going to make an animated series based on the Clone Wars right after Attack of the Clones? Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? The Clone Wars animated series is one of the best series that's ever come out. Rebels. I wasn't a big fan of most of season 1, but I'll tell you what, Rebels is a fantastic show. Great character development, great stories. Those shows prove that somebody like me, an old curmudgeon, right? An old dude who is not a prequels fan, I love those series. So why would you say, gunship, blah, I don't want that. I hope it fails. What's wrong with you? That's not good. Sequel character movies, blah, I don't want it. Hope it fails. What's wrong? That's just, I don't understand that logic, right? The part of me understands that they think, well, if they don't make the things I don't like, they will make the things I do like. It's not exactly how it works, my friends. They'll quit making all the content, right? And what we risk here with this gunship, vintage collection gunship from Hasbro, is you prequels fans. You prequels fans, I'm talking to you guys out there. If you are like, I hope it fails. I'm not saying you're not buying it because you can't afford it. I understand that. I 100% get that. But if you're actively wanting it to fail, you're saying, I don't want Hasbro to make any more prequel era stuff. And they won't. And then where you're going to be. So there you go. That's enough of that soapbox. We're going to get off of it. Now, getting back to the chat, I see lots of things here. Is that the troop carrier in the box? No, this is the Cantina. We'll open it here in a little bit. Trying to see if admin will let me call in with my students. They would love to ask you questions in a holding pattern. Okay, well, I'll keep my eyes posted. There's a little box right here. And if you join, I'll see it. I'll look for it. Phantom Menace is my least favorite. Fair. Honestly, I already have the Lego one. Oh, we're going to have a show next Friday. And I may talk about the new Lego stuff coming out. Santa is still a Buckeye fan. Oh, I'm absolutely a Buckeye fan. And we beat those Longhorns that came up here, tried to invade our state. We sent them back to Texas where they belong. Said, Longhorns, get on out of here. Get. So we sent the Longhorns packing. We took the win. And I'm a happy Ohio State fan today. In fact, the next couple of weeks, we've got some easy games that are going to be much less stressful than this last one. There's my friend Will Morgan from Meta Egg. I love this guy. He's a great guy. He checks on me from time to time, make sure I'm okay, and his channel content I adore. I think he's brilliant. I think he's got a great imagination, a great thinker in his noggin, and he makes some fantastic content. The same perspective about Star Wars TVs and movies. If I don't like it, I want no one else to have it. Right? And I obviously disagree. Exactly. Are they trying to trick people into thinking it's the Haslab? Oh, the toy ones? Maybe. Is that a full size R2? No, this R2 back here that you see, it's a popcorn bucket, right? Have you seen these? You guys have seen popcorn buckets. They're popular craze. This is a popcorn bucket that came from AMC with R2 there. And look, you can open up R2 and access the popcorn right in the back there. And then up here is a drink. This opens up and you can fill it with a drink. Let me see if I can open it here. There we go, right here. Right in his noggin. You fill that with a drink, and there's a hole there for to put a straw through. That looks pretty small, right? You're like, wait, my drink goes in the head there? It's more than 20 ounces. Like that's quite a bit of fluid goes in there. You can sit here. The great thing about this, the way that it's designed, let me get this, it lines up. There's a little groove there. There we go. It lines up. You put the straw in there. You open the popcorn. You sit and you watch your show with R2. R2 can watch the show with you. You know, you munch on some popcorn. It's a good deal. So there's R2. And then, you guys can't see. Let's see. R2. Right here, I got another popcorn bucket. There's Vader, right? Vader, he doesn't have a drink holder. It's just a popcorn bucket. And the Vader popcorn bucket, right? He's noggin there, right? You fill that up, and then you can have your popcorn. But see, this one's not as good because you got to face like, the flaps in the way. If you're wanting the popcorn, you want Vader to get a watch with you. It's a little, you kind of gotta, finesse, right? Otherwise, you want him looking at you, right? To get into the popcorn. And you don't want Vader staring you down the whole time you're having your popcorn and you're eating you're watching your show. That's not the way you want it. You should open the other way, right? Just like R2. But this has another feature. If I turn it on here, you guys probably can't hear. He's doing his little breathing mechanism there. there's our Vader popcorn helmet right there. Let's see. Everyone hates the wrong. That's true. Everyone hates the wrong. Don't you ever talk about negative about Rebels. I'm making a point. Still looking for an Imbo figure I can actually afford. Well, you might get one after the Mando Grogu movie, right? Probably a lot of fans like the sequel movies, except Resistance. That should not exist. Oh, that animated show. I watched the whole series. Not the garbage of like the old 80s TV animated cartoons. It's also no Rebels. I'll tell you that. How about that Texas OSU game? Boy, I was at home. We were at the Renaissance Festival down in Southwest Ohio, and so I missed it. And that's on me. But I was watching the score while we were watching the lance. What is that? Where they ride the horses with the lances? Oh shoot! My brain just dropped it. Where they run at each other and they try to knock each other off a horse with this giant pole. we're watching the jousting. That's it, jousting. We're watching the jousting, and I've got the football game on, trying to keep up with the score. It's classic sports ball fan right there. Where can I find one? Good luck. You have to go to eBay at this point and pay out the nose for them. Those popcorn buckets are not available anymore. So there you go. All right, here we go. We're going to get back to this again. This is the Cantina. We'll get to and open it here in a little bit. Just touch base on another note. For some of you who have been hanging out here and been watching, I've been building this thing, right? This X-Wing. It's made out of like cardstock. We're halfway through, more than halfway. We've got 2 more wings to go. We're not going to do this today because we're going to do the big box back here. But rest assured, we'll get back to this soon and finish putting that guy back together. All right. Well, I prefer to joust on an ostrich. I get the game reference. There was a video game. I can't remember the name of the video game where you rode an ostrich and you ran and you jousted with it. What's the name? It was the name of the game, Joust. It might have been. The name of the game was Joust. Late to everything. I hear you. Yeah, it was called Joust. I remember that game. It was a lot of fun. Okay. The topic of the day. And this comes to you again from Mumbo Jimbo. The topic was, what is this Starfighter movie about anyway? And I saw John Roca did a show on it. Several other YouTube channels have done a show on it. There's lots of speculation out there. I even saw one today where they think that Ryan Gosling's nephew is Luke's son. And they did all the maths. And they're like, well, he wasn't too old to have a kid. And, we already heard Amy Adams is supposed to be the kid's mom. Could Amy Adams be Mara Jade and Luke be the dad? And that's mom and dad. And then this is Luke's son. The time works out-ish. It creates some problems, though. That if that were the case, got some questions, right? Is it a Darth Vader situation where Luke thinks his kids are dead, and so his son is dead, Mara's dead, and he runs off to Octo because everything went wrong and he wasn't able to save them. Except, surprise, they're not dead. Or maybe Mara died and the boy lived. It raises questions, right? Why is he on Octo if his son's alive? And he's just an infant, right? He's a little tiny fellow at the time. Why would he do that? I don't know. It doesn't necessarily make sense to me. The math works out-ish. It's also problematic I don't think that the boy in here is Luke's son. Could be. I don't know. I don't know. What do you all think? Do you think that could be Luke's son? Do you think it is likely to be Luke's son? Uh, Fitz says, I'm on holidays from next Wednesday, hoping to catch up on the live stream next Friday. Mara lives. Maybe. I mean, it's possible. Personally, I think the Luke connection is a far stretch. I think it's a far stretch as well. So the question came up post Rise of Skywalker. What is this movie about? Right? Starfighter. If I could just, I think Jim asked it sort of in this context that if you could have anything you want, right? The story could be about anything. It's Starfighter. You know what you know, and there's so much we don't know. What would it be about? And I said, wow, that raises some questions. And then I think about this cinematographer, right? That did F1 and he did the Maverick, right? Top Gun Maverick. The guy does some fantastic action cinematography, like bar none, right? The guy is like top of the game. If that was the case, and I got to thinking, well, what have we not? What's this universe look like? Could he be Ray's son if it's later in the timeline? Ray and who? You're thinking Kylo? No. Let's just say no to that. No. 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 What's the universe like? Well, one popular trope is a post-apocalyptic. And I posted this on Twitter. I said, what's your favorite post-apocalyptic trope? Right? There are several. When you watch TV shows or movies that involve like the end of the world, right? Society as we know it has been destroyed. It's destroyed by one of several means. One is like alien invasion, right? You go to Invasion of the Body Snatchers, or you go back to what's the movie? Oh, foo! I just lost it. Invasions, right? All kinds of different invasions from outer space. That's one trope. And then the survivors are battling like crazy to live, right? That's post-apocalyptic. Another post-apocalyptic is that some major event happened, like nuclear warfare, a big world war, War of the Worlds. That's it. You guys got it. War of the Worlds. That's the other alien invasion. A small group of survivors managed to then overcome. Yeah. So the other one is that some major event happened. Huge war destroyed the planet as we know it, and there are a few survivors left. Everything's in ashes and heap, and people are just trying to survive. And there are people who then have power, right? People who kind of build little warlords, if you will, right? And then the regular people are just trying to live, and then these people are chasing them down and killing them, right? It happens in it's a common trope. I think one of the ones that came to mind for me was Mad Max. Mad Max, they're racing through the desert, and as I was, this came up in our chat Wednesday. So in Mad Max, I went and rewatched it because it's not my favorite. I don't care for Mad Max that much, but the movie is fast paced, tons of action, and it all takes place in the desert. I don't want them to do, this starfighter in the desert, but think of it like through the universe, outer space. There were two things. The main character in Mad Max was a prisoner of sorts. He had this big like contraption on his head. He's trying to get off, couldn't get it off. He was chained. He manages to overtake his captors, and he's on the run. And there's a woman who is pregnant with a child that belongs to the warlord, and the warlord wants his child. We could do a Mad Max type post-apocalyptic universe, right? The child in this case, not Tatooine or Jakku, for Pete's sake. We don't need another desert, thing. Um, we could have the child, in this case, Luke's son works out, unfortunately, but let's say it's not Luke's son. The child could just be the have some sort of thing that people want. You go to lots of these post-apocalyptic situations, even Dune, right? Go to Dune, and the Eritrea or whatever his name is, right, is the chosen one. There's all of these kind of tropes. This boy could be, for whatever purpose, important because of his blood, because of his bloodline, because of his power, because of his relationship to something he has that people want. Who knows, right? We don't know. That would be the trope. Darth Plagueis' son, Darth Plagueis, somehow Darth Plagueis has returned, right? That's what you mean to say. Somehow Darth Plagueis has returned, and it's in the form of this boy. He's no longer a moon, he's a human. He cast his essence into a human child. And now Darth Plagueis. No, but whatever that might be, right? And then the Starfighter, Ryan Gosling's character, is trying to escape his captors. Maybe he's a released felon of some sort, prisoner. And he's got this boy, and they're trying to make their way to safety. He's got to get to wherever he's got to get to. That's the second trope, right? Is some sort of disaster. We have this in Star Wars because Rise of Skywalker destroyed the government, the Sith, all of that destroyed, gone. Maybe the universe could be a post-apocalyptic like that. Go back to the alien invasion one. There's possibilities for what channel am I casting his essence? Oh, very good. The alien invasion. There's been lots of people said, well, let's bring on the Yuuzhan Vong. Let's bring on the Grisk. Let's bring on the Zepho, right? Any of those work. They work really well. Maybe some other entity. In the Thrawn novels, the Grisk, they look for like civil war to happen. They kind of egg on each side. Oh, they hate you. They're going to attack you. Oh, did you hear? These people, they're planning an attack. And then both sides think that something's happening. They end up attacking each other. And as a result, they're both depleted. And then the Grisk come in fresh. And they just take over. And that's how that works. It could be something like that. I'm not saying Thrawn would be involved by any means. I'm just saying, throw it out there as a possible post-apocalyptic Star Wars universe. Third trope in post-apocalyptic methods is illness, some sort of disease. This often makes its way as like zombies, right? So that there's all kinds of them, right? The Last of Us, for example. Last of Us, it's a bit of a disease that turns people into zombies. There are other ones where people get zombified off of some sort of disease. Other things, that's not always the case. Sometimes it's just disease that's wiping flat out everybody out. And there's a few people who survive because they've got some sort of resistance to it, and their blood makes them important. Right? That's a third trope. Could we have something like that in Star Wars? I think that's the least likely of the post-apocalyptic kind of scenarios. What would it be? Right? And how would it be going throughout the universe? I just don't see zombies specifically, but also some sort of disease that would attack all the different kind of species, all the different kind of worlds, everywhere. I throw that one off the table. Fourth one. The fourth trope is some sort of survival games. You see this in the there's a subgenre called infected peoples. Yeah. You see this in Hunger Games, right? The survival. There was an old one back in the day too, where people were killed when they got into their 40s or whatever, 50s, just to keep society from falling, needing to take care of old people that are medically expensive. So there's all kinds of these where there's some sort of games that take place and they throw out people to combat each other. And it ends up being a bit of a game that people watch and cheer for people to get killed. Logan's Run. That's it. I don't see that in this post-apocalyptic Star Wars either. Why? Why? I reckon it's possible that that's something where like these powerful warlords, they enslave people in their regions and they put their enslaved people up against other enslaved people. What was it? There was another one in Star Trek that did this, where instead of going to war, right? These people hated each other. Instead of going to war, what they did is they sacrificed a number of their kids every year, right? Yeah. This is Star Trek, the post-apocalyptic on Discovery season 3. Well, that's even different, right? So you could end up with something with a survival games of sorts, maybe tied to that second trope of these powerful warlords. We have powerful warlords already in Star Wars, right? We have the Hutt cartel, the Pike cartel. You've got Black Sun, different things like that. Wouldn't necessarily have to be the same. We're post Rise of Skywalker. Somebody else could be there, right? And that could be they're fighting for power. You'd have to assume that different regions of space have different warlords, and you've got to make your way. And what would that be? So two questions. If you'd like to join the show to talk, the link is out there. You guys can join using the link that's posted on Patreon. It's posted in Discord, and it's posted on YouTube for our supporters. Two questions. What's your favorite post-apocalyptic trope? Not Star Wars related. Just what's your favorite? Do you like zombies? Do you like space invaders? Do you have a favorite post-apocalyptic trope? Is it the Hunger Games? Maybe. What is it? What's your favorite? Second, what do you think Starfighter could be, right? I leave it to the first two. If it's post-apocalyptic, we don't even know that. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm going to lean into the post-apocalyptic for now, right? Is your favorite trope the alien invasion, like War of the Worlds? Or is your favorite trope the powerful warlords, like you get in I'm just going through the chat. Sorry. Which is your favorite? What do you like? Right. And feel free to call in. We'll talk about it, or just put it here in the chat, and we'll talk about it here as well. I think it's one of those. Mad Max, for sake of brevity, is Mad Max your favorite trope, or is War of the Worlds your favorite trope? Trope, not movie, not show. What's your favorite trope, right? Or what do you think is the most likely for post Rise of Skywalker and the plot around this movie? Right, we know very little. I'm gonna get caught up with the chat. Maybe we don't have a villain. Matt's character is a general, but that doesn't mean he's a villain. True. Maybe I kind of mentioned Mad Max, right? The guy is a escaped convict of some sort, right? Prisoner. He could be a bad guy, right? Maybe Ryan Gosling is a bad guy. Maybe some sort of murderer, some sort of really bad guy, and he's escaped. And maybe the boy is a prisoner, like he could be a hostage. You got that. I mean, that's possible. in this general, right? Matt Smith's character could be a good guy. He's trying to rescue the boy from the mass murderer. Possible? We don't know. Right? People are making assumptions. There are different theories out there, but that's just as good as any other. Would they put Matt Smith in a Grisk or use on Vong makeup? Maybe, but I doubt it. Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Maybe the general character is Weaver's character's boss. Sigourney Weaver? No, that's wrong movie. That's in Mando Grogu, and she is a member of the New Republic. Not that. Thrawn's a warlord. He is a warlord of sorts. He's a general in the in his why did I oh today's been a rough day. My brain keeps dropping more. Chiss. He's a general in the Chiss Empire. I don't know if he's a warlord because he has overlords. In fact, you read those books, Thrawn, he actually gets kind of defrocked and sent to the Empire space. And then there's different things behind it. There's a lot of layers to Thrawn, right? But yeah, I would put him in there. Fitz says mine is alien invasions or Allen invasions. Allens. Who wants an Allen around? Allens. They're a little sketchy anyway. Yeah, aliens. Getting my movies mixed up. Too many Star Wars movies to keep up with. True. That's, especially when we're looking in the future to see what's coming. So, what do you think this post Rise of Skywalker universe? Let's say that it is post-apocalyptic. What's going on? Is it an alien species, race, peoples invaded? Are people trying to escape the Grisk or whomever? That's been done in Star Wars before. It's in the EU. That's why the Yuuzhan Vong is discussed. It's set up to do something like that. Also, it's a very, very possible. So there we go. I see Mumbo Jimbo is ready to come on and talk about his theory. Let me bring in Mumbo Jimbo here. This is your topic anyway, Jim. How you doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
I can. You sound great.
Great, wonderful. Hey, yeah. So, long-time listener, first-time caller. The public show.
Yes.
Is there an echo?
I don't have an echo. Do you hear an echo?
A little bit.
Okay, I can maybe address that. It's probably me. Fitz says there is an echo.
Yeah.
Okay, it's me. Hold on, it's me. When it's me, I know what to do. Okay. I just gotta.
It may have been me. I'm now plugged in, so sorry. This is, like I said,
okay.
First time.
Did Jim plugging in get rid of the echo for you guys, or am I the problem? So Jim, you talk, and then we'll watch. And Fitz, Will, anybody let us know if there's Chiss ascendancy. Thrawn kill. Let us know if there's still an echo with Jim. So go ahead.
Yeah. So just kind of going, just kind of recapping. Everybody on the Wednesday call kind of heard my theory, which was.
I hear myself. Yeah, I'm the problem. Give me. I'm going to change. Give me a second. Just a second. I've gotta. It's me. It's me. It's unfortunately me. Give me a second here. I gotta plug things, unplug things. I'll be right back. So I'm gonna drop out. You could talk if you like, Jim, and I'll catch up. All right, here we go.
Wow. So now I'm leading this crazy train. I don't know where to go from here. But yeah, if any of the other people that are in the chat or want to join in, I'd love to personally hear about your kind of theories regarding Starfighter and how Starfighter fits into the larger, future plans for the post-sequel trilogy scenario. So if you haven't already, put those into the comments. I'll read them later. I know Santa will read them later, and hopefully you can join him on the call later on this session. So, kind of spitballing here. I'm not usually a live YouTube caster person, so I apologize. But if any of you know of any kind of additional news in the Star Wars realm, please feed that into the comments, and that'll be great topics for us to take on later. And unfortunately, I had to turn off my YouTube, so I can't see your comments. But regardless, thank you for showing up, sending Santa all of your love, your support. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do so now. It's really a great community to be a part of, and just really great folks that like to share their Star Wars joy and fandom in a very respectful way. So if you're new to this video, please don't judge this particular segment of the show as being typical. Santa's having a little bit of IT issues, but he's going to get that worked out, and we'll go from there. So, Brian, I cannot hear you. I don't know if the other folks can.
All right. You guys can hear me again. Turn that off. See if I can get rid of the echo, Jim.
Well, Santa, this is not what I signed up for when I called in. I was not expecting to take over your show.
You're fine, Jim. I hear myself in my headphones now.
Okay.
Let me know if you guys are still hearing the echo or not. All right, Jim.
Okay.
What you did sign in is to say what you would like for this topic.
Yeah, so nothing too complicated. I feel like it's pretty basic based on the information that we have. My assumption, or what I believe is going to happen, is that this nephew is going to end up being force sensitive in some way or another, and the Matt Smith and I forget her first name, but Goff character or actress, their two characters are going to become aware that this nephew is force sensitive. I think Amy Adams' character is going to be the mom, and something happens to her, or maybe she just believes that the nephew's uncle is the one person that can save him by getting him away from the planet. The vehicle that was depicted in the Star Wars Celebration announcement is clearly not a X-Wing, A-Wing, B-Wing, Y-Wing, nothing like that. So it's something new. So I think it's actually going to be part of like a smaller, like a planet's own planetary defense force, Starfighter, and kind of embracing your idea, Santa.
I lost you there for a minute, but I got you back. I think we're good.
Okay. So yeah. Definitely getting an echo.
No, I lost what you said. I heard something about a vehicle, and then I lost you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I was just saying that I think the Starfighter that was depicted in the Star Wars Celebration reveal did not look like an A-wing, Y-wing, X-wing, B-wing, anything like that we're all familiar with. So I think it's probably part of like a smaller planetary defense force, and and Ryan Gosling's character is now trying to get his nephew who's being hunted to this legendary new person within the New Republic that is. So I think he's going to be chased. I think they're going to be chased throughout the entire movie. I think the last 5 minutes we're going to get him being delivered to Rey.
Ah, okay. So they're saying they're still getting an echo. I thought that I had it resolved, but maybe you guys let me know if you're still hearing it. Because I only hear things in my headphones. I don't hear anything at all through my speakers. So I don't think that I'm causing the feedback loop. And Jim, you put in headphones as well, right? Yeah. So I don't think that Jim's causing it. At this point, if it's happening, it's because we're getting a feedback loop through the streaming software. So
Well, I don't want to derail the broadcast too much, so I think maybe I'll just sign off.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jim. I appreciate it, and I'll try to get the technology worked out next time. And we should see you next Wednesday.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, sir.
All right.
Okay. I think the echo should be gone now, right? If I change it back, let me just do this. Right? The Longhorns getting their revenge. Okay, let me see if I can get. No, that didn't do it. If I just get rid of this, I think I'm good. All right. There should be no echo now, right? And you guys can hear me. I can see the audio going. Sounds like it looks like you guys can hear me. So we're a little derailed on the call in because the technology. But what I would like to do here is, first of all, we'll do the Mike Porter dad joke, and then I'm going to open this cantina. Right, this is the last Haslab that we had out there, and this Haslab. Let me see if that. No, still there. Wait a minute. What if I do this? There. Is that better? Maybe that's better. You guys can still hear. Yeah. Okay. This last Haslab. This is it. There's been I think 4, 5 Haslabs. First was Java Sail Barge, and that thing was kind of went under the radar, and now it is insanely expensive, upwards of $1,000, maybe more. I think it was me, Jim, not you. So you're good. The first was the sail barge. Good luck finding one of those, and if you've got the money to buy one, good on you. Congratulations. Second was this Razor Crest back here. Razor Crest sold like gangbusters, right through the roof. Third one was the Ghost, and I have a Ghost in the other room. You may know I'm trying to keep my collection here to just things in The Mandalorian. The fourth one is our Cantina here, which is why I got it. But the Cantina comes with some figures that are non-Mando related, and I've made a deal with Baymax. Baymax is going to help relieve me of the extra pieces that I don't need here. And then the fifth one is this the gunship. So we have a Mike Porter dad joke. I want to do this before I go into opening this this Haslab. The Mike Porter dad joke says, in Star Wars, why are some people against robots? You know, the first time in the original trilogy, the droids went into this cantina and they said, we don't allow your kind in here. Shoot, get on out, right? Just like the Longhorns, we don't allow your kind in here. Shoot, go back to Texas, right? So, and then we know Din Djarin, he doesn't have a love for droids either. So why are some people against robots? Well, the dad joke of it is because they droid them crazy. They droid them crazy. I drive them crazy. They droid them crazy. Good joke. Thank you, Mike Porter. Mike is actually traveling today. He's going to a wedding this weekend with some family. So Mike is not with us today. All right. So I'm going to pop this back up here and I'll follow the chat while we open this here. So you guys, if you have to drop, I understand. We've gone on about an hour. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you in the chat. We're going to go to unboxing this. And if you drop out, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope it's wonderful. You get to spend some time off from work, from school, whatever it is that you do, and that your team wins, unless you're playing Ohio State or you're a Michigan fan. And we're not having that. So there's that. Okay, so we're gonna unbox this, and we're gonna take a look. Yeah, I know other channels have done the unboxing, but I thought, well, I've got it here. I'm gonna open it. Unlike the ghost, which is in the other room, I have not opened. So you can say, look at the size of that thing. Look here. Oh my goodness. This is quite the box. And let's see, they typically have a weight on them. Let me see if I can pull this mic over here so you guys can hear a little better. They typically have a weight like listed. How much? Here we go. A gross weight here. It says 33 and a half pounds, or for those of you who aren't do things by pounds, it's 15 and a quarter, 15.28 kilograms. Hey, Fitz, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Oh, thank you so much. That's amazing. Good job. Thank you so much. That's truly generous. I appreciate it. You're a great guy. So even when he's on the naughty list, still a good guy. All right, so let's get this. It says this end up right here. So we're gonna leave that up, and let's see if we can open this here. Oh my goodness. There we go. So step one. There we go. And this is something some people are really concerned about. It for collectors, they like the pristine boxes, cards, things like that for vintage collection. You'll see here that there is a little gouge in the outer box here, and got another little gouge right here, right, and then there's a little crumpling on this corner. So one thing Hasbro does, and oh, the Sabersmith. Hello. Oh wow, $20. Woo! Oh, thank you so much for that, Sabersmith. Wow, that is fantastic. Thank you, sir. One thing Hasbro does to help keep the box pristine on the inside is they put a spacer in. I'll tilt this up so you guys can see. They put this spacer. You can see the corners here. These are plastic inserts, right? So it's a corner protector. Keep it on the corners. And then they also, look here, pick this out. They've got this little spacer, piece of cardboard here to help from some of the punctures, right? So you've got that spacer. Pop this down. And then you guys will see there's more. But wait, there's more. Let's see, get this here. Right. If I tip this down, you can see maybe here there's another spacer here on this corner. See this? Here's another spacer. And it's tight. Right, there we go. We've got these spacers on all four corners going down the side, the edge here. And then what's inside the box? Well, but another box. So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to pull this out, and then we'll take a look at the inner box to see how it's doing. I'll set this over. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to sit this down here. Oh. Wow, that's big. So there we go. Here's the inner box. We got another one in here. Can't wait. There's more to get a free canteen when you buy the box. True. So there's Saber Smith. The admin won't let me call in. It's from my students. Well, thank you so much. Maybe someday we'll get a talk about Star Wars with your students. Maybe. Well, we'll think about it. Let's noodle it. We'll come up with an idea. So you can see the box inside. Another Hasbro box. This one also, just a little, even with all that protection, there's a little crumpling action going on right here. All right, we got some crumpling on the corner. I'm going to turn around. We're good on this side. Good on this side. So at this point, the biggest concern with the box inside the box is that the inner box might be a little crumpled right here. So let's see if I can. All right, there you go. You can see this crumpling there. Right, not awesome. Right, this is not awesome. Even with all that protection, look, Hasbro did what they could. I thought they did a really good job with the box. There we go. So let's open this one. Let's see what the inner box has. We're gonna open this. That. Okay. Layer 3. Here we go. Hey, you guys, what do we have? Okay, I'll tip it up. What do we see inside? Well, another piece of cardboard, right, protecting that. And then we've got this box here. Again, there's some cardboard here on the corners, right? All of that. And if I pull, these are parts of the pieces, right? They're in here. There is no like decorative box inside here. I'll show you here in a second. Do this. Oh. I lied. Hold on. This out. More. Right. Good. Let me show you. There's a decorative box right there. It's right there. All the way in there. We're going to slide it out this way. Right. Okay. Ooh. Again, this is our concern. Right, we got this crumpling. Right, that's a problem. All right, and unfortunately, yeah, you can see. Unfortunately, that carried all the way through. Right, this corner is crumpled. Right, right there, you can see it. It's that same corner. Not ideal. And this is, I've seen where people have submitted back to, oh wow, hello, there's Baymax. I've seen where people have sent into Hasbro and said, dude, my box is still damaged. Yeah, you can get that replaced. Yeah, that you can just tell them, my box is crumpled. Can you give me a new box? And they'll send it to you. And they do their best to protect these things, but I showed you, we had an outer box. We had cardboard spacers. We had an inner box with a little more cardboard spacing. And then the box. And it's still yet crumpled. Not Hasbro's fault. Not Hasbro's fault at all. Whew. Okay. Let's you say that 700 jump was work. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. So there's that guy. We take a look inside this box. Let's see, what do we got? What's inside the box? In here, I think this is the deluxe bit that was the add-on. So you can see here's the card for it. And Baymax is going to relieve me of this extra bit here. Right? I think this is the add-on extra bit. Let me pull the pieces out so you guys can see. Sabersmith, I finally got my Ronin exclusive from Celebration. The box was damaged, not the exclusive, thankfully. Well, good. Good. All right, so if I pull this out, I got to be careful because Baymax wants to add this to his collection, and I want to make sure that I'm able to get this shipped off to him. So yeah, here's the top box in there, right? And then set this aside. Oof. Pull up here. And inside here, we've got a bunch of extras. So these are our little tables, right? So each of these tables, they made them so you can put a little tea light in there, and it will light up the on the top there. Of course, you can put a different color in and make these, red or green or blue or whatever, or just put a white one in there and they'll just light up. So you got that. Then there's we got this wall art decoration here. Okay. It's fantastic. And then, no, I think this is actually part of the main set, isn't it, Baymax? This isn't the deluxe part. I think this is, here's our benches. Right, so you can see. Let me flip this to the close-up camera so you guys can see. Look at that bench. There's a bench. They're worn a good little bit there. Excellent. And then let's see. Let's get back here. Right. We've got this big archway, and I'm gonna put this in here as well so you guys can see. Let me go back to so here's the archway. You guys can see it there. Right. In this archway, I'm gonna do the close up again. Right. So here's the archway. You can see we've got a little wall decoration there, right? On that arch. And here's where it's going to plug in. They plug together. So there's one archway. Then we've got these side pieces, and these are decorated as well. Let me carefully pull one of these out. Hey Max, I don't want to mess up the part I got to mail to you. All right, make sure I don't screw this up. So here's the pieces that are inside. These are decorated quite nicely as well. There's some texture there. You can see the texture, coloring, quite nice, right? Quite nice. I love the Ronin figure, but the droids is way better. The detail along with the straw hat overshadows Ronin. Oh no. Okay, so these are the inner pieces here for the walls. I'll put this back in here. We also have some additional pieces, right? All of this is in here. Then what else? What else is down in here? We got another archway. Let's see if I can get this out. Now this one's a little more decorative than the other one. Yeah. One out of here. Careful. Here we go. Oh, I had it and then I dropped it. Almost had it. There we go. Woo! There we go. So here's the other archway. Again, decoration and stuff. You can tell. Oh no, they're very similar. We can put them together like that. You get two for the price of one. There. No, you get the archways here, and there's different configurations you can do with these. Right, so they can snap together like that. I'll do this close up again. See, right? They fit together like that. The artwork here carries through, right? And if I want, I can pull these apart, and I can swap them, right? And put them this way, so this piece is in the middle, right? And they just go together like that, and that fits nicely. Fits nicely. There you go. So that's the inside bit there. All right, so we'll put this back in here. Did we open the big box? The big box? And look, we've got these. We got these pieces here, right? There's curved pieces. So I'll show you this again. Right, I'm going to hold it up. You can see the hole. Lots of tables, lots of booths. We got the curved pieces there, the arches, the inner wall pieces, floor pieces, stuff like that. That's all right there. All right. Yeah, very good. You guys saw this, right? I think I showed this close up. I'll do this again because I like it. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Rah. Look at that on the wall. That's fantastic. Look at the detail there. Yeah, that was worth it. I don't think I showed you guys that before. All right, so there's the inner box. We'll put these back. Let me break out this stuff here for you as well. We've got another wall piece there. Right. And you can backlight that if you want. People are doing that. All kinds of lighting effects people are doing with their sets. Here's another one. And these were the archways in the other box, fit right onto these, right? You can see. And then let me open this. Another one. Here's an archway. There. Here's a big one. Here, a third one. We saw the two in the other part of the box. This one here. Well, same sort of exact details. And then more benches. Right, there's a couple more benches. We've got some more furniture here. Little seats you can move around. Right, and sit on the floor. Move these seats around. There's a bunch of those. Several of them anyway. Right, you can see several of those benches through here. Then in here are these little guys that you can break apart. How do I do this? Right. It's like your old, like these are a bunch of different glasses, cups, and stuff like that that you can put in there. And a giant hairbrush. No, no, that's not a hairbrush. But there you go. You can see. I'm not going to open this right now. We'll get into that later. And again, here, same idea. Is we got another box of them here, where you break off all the little cups, right? And you can put them around in there. And then, let's see, there's another piece hiding in here, just a little corner piece. So nothing major there. All right. So I'll put these all back in and I'll figure them out another time. Got to get that in there. Where's the, these? Now I forget how they went in. I'll have to rewatch. Where did this come from? Oh, there, that's already in there. There's that. That goes in there. This guy goes, I'm not sure. Where did this come from? Came from there. I see it. He came from there. And then these pieces up here. Right. I'm just set them here on the top. Right. 1, 2, 3. They were actually face down, right, to protect them. But I'll just set them there. Get these to set down. Okay, this guy. All right, there we go. Put this there. Oh boy. Now we got the big box. Nick. Hello, Nick. Oh. I've actually got a Santa friend of mine named Nick as well. Fitz is off to eat. Have a great weekend. Hopefully see the live stream next Friday from Bulgaria. Fitz is headed east. A good bit east. All right, here we go. This box, first of all, let me raise this up and I'll rotate it so you guys can see. Oh. We've got all the famous scenes, right? There's Han with his feet up. And these are vintage collection figures, by the way. There's Han with his feet up. Greedo pointing the blaster. Han shoots first. Greedo dies. That's how that goes. Spoiler. And then we got the sisters here. There's Obi-Wan getting ready to cut off. What's that guy's name? Raymond Lubus. Hello. Caught another live stream. You have a Santa friend named Nick? A St. Nicholas by chance? Oh, he is a Nick. I don't know if he's a saint. He's a good guy. I really do. He is a really good guy. Evazan, is the guy he's with when he cuts the other guy's arm off? But anyway, here you can see all the different things. Oh, there's the sisters. We got everybody there. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh. We got R2, 3PO, and Luke. Oh, we don't allow your kind in here. Get on out, right? There's the sisters again. There's the streets of Mos Eisley. Greedo on again. And then the top of the box. Quite well done. Here. You can see the whole cantina. And then the bottom even has an image on it as well. Again, it's the same there. Woo! Heavy. All right. So let's get this sit down. We'll open this up. All right. Here we go. All right. So let me open it right on the top. Dr. Cornelius on. That's it. Cornelius. I should have remembered that. You know who Cornelius is in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? You know Cornelius? He's the silver and gold guy. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. So here's the box. Here. And then all the assembly instructions inside there. Right? Yukon Cornelius. That's the guy. So we got all these little boxes in here, and then we just pull them out. Each of these have. All right. Here we go. Box number 1. There you go. Box number 1. We can open this guy up. This is a pull tab to get it up out of there. Right? Yeah. Silver and gold guy. I love him. I do too. Bumbles bounce, you know. That's the same guy. Open this. Wow. Look here. Woo. We have we have this big thing of stickers. Right? Skywalker's Academy. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing, sir? Cornelius from Planet of the Apes. Oh, sure. Yeah. How much was the entire Cantina set when I ordered it? I got the deluxe version. How much was that? Baymax, Baymax is getting ready to get on a plane. So let me see. How much was the Cantina? Let's see. Cantina, Haslab, deluxe. At the deluxe package here. Let's see. How much was it? What does the internet tell me? I've got 14,000 backers. Where's the price? I can't remember. Been a while. Make it your own. All of that. Let me go back up here. I don't want it in RMs. How much cost? Let me just do this cost. It was $500, $499.99. So $50 more than the drop ship that people were complaining about. Yeah, that's it. Been dealing with prescriptions all morning. That's no good. That's no good. Yeah. So here's box 1. Comes with the stickers, and again, more of these pieces that we saw in the add-on box. We got benches in here. We've got tons of stuff, right? More of what we saw in that first box, right? Yeah, it's not bad for all the stuff you're seeing. You're right. They really do a nice job. Mumbo Jimbo. He's saying hello to Skywalker's Academy there. All right, so we're going to close this box 1, right? And then we'll get in box 2. Look, I don't even need Arabash to understand. That's box 2. Dale reads Arabash, I think. Oh, here we go. This is for my friend Baymax. These figures, these are all protected in here. They're on the inside. These are carded figures. They're going to go to Baymax. He's already got dibs on it. And I'll show you guys what we have. So I lift off the top cover, and you can see inside they've even got them covered with paper, right, to help protect them even more. And then, of course, you can see all the figures here. They're unpunched cards. I'm going to move this back into the toy close-up version so you guys can see directly in here. Let's see. They're upside down. Not upside down. Here we go. Let's see if we can do this without them being upside down. So here you go. There's Greedo, right, on original Star Wars cards. We've got Naboo leads, right? The 4 arms. That's a brand new sculpt. Right? That's pretty impressive. Naboo, right? We've got the brand new sculpt there of that figure. And then we've got, of course, here's Evazan. There he is. He's got a different hand there you can put on. Right. There he is. And of course, we've got the 2 sisters here. All, really good. Again, additional hands that can go on there, all of that. So I'm not going to even touch those. These are for Baymax. And we'll be sending them to him. What did I do with the cover that I took off? Where'd I put it? Ugh, I don't know. Oh, here it is. Put it behind me. We'll put this back on. We want this to be in pristine shape for my friend Baymax, right there. Yeah, $430 for the non-deluxe, $536.24 for the deluxe. There you go. So there's that. All right. So this goes to Baymax, box number 2. That's his. I think I'll put that back there. What do we have here? That's 4. Hold on. Oh. Box number 3. Box number 3. Right here. Let's see what we got in here. This is why I like the 3.75 figures. You get a playset where you can still be reasonable size. Could you imagine this like doubled up, right? For the 6-inch Black Series. Could you imagine how much that would be? Woo! Yeah. How big it would be? Enormous. All right. Inside here, we've got more arches, more walls, stuff like that. And there's another layer I can feel. Hold on, let me pull this up. Yeah. Oh boy. Here's the money. All right. This is a good. Here we go. Right underneath there. You can see. Here's the main lighting part for the bar. People have been doing a great job with the lighting on this, adding lights to it. We'll be putting ours together too, but today we're just doing the unboxing, right? We'll do this another time. Let me put this on top again. Oh boy. Close this guy up. And then is that. Then get box number 4. Box 4 here. Open this up. Oh boy. Here's all your piping. Right? All the piping. Well, let me open up this in the toy close-up camera for you guys. Right? Here's piping for the bar. Can you see that? Look how nice that looks. And then there's another layer here. See the detail. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? Look at that. Not Star Wars related, but Leslie wants to know your thoughts on the Snape casting for the new Harry Potter series. Oh boy. You're trying to get me in trouble, Leslie. I see you. I'm not thrilled about it. To be fair, part of Snape's description says that he's got some black, greasy hair. He's kind of sallow looking. That means really light colored. But black, greasy hair. And so I think they can make him up to look Snape-ish, right? With certainly the casting, that could be done really well. Then you just have to get over him being sallow because he's not that light. So here more of the. We've got typing and things like that in here. All right, I'll go between the things. Oh, okay. Well, Jim, I'm going to address your point. Here we go. More cups, right? That go on there, and you can see more of the same, right? So all of this stuff, we have 1, 2, here's 3, 4, 5 levels of stuff. For the Harry Potter, you don't know if it's me. I'll tell you, as someone who's read the book several times. I've read both the U.S. version and the U.K. version of the box of the books. So, like, I know Harry gets a jumper from Martha Weasley, but I also know that he got a sweater from Martha Weasley. So, look, I've read the book several times. And there are huge story elements that are left out of the movies. Huge. And some of the changes they made from the original story into the movie, like the gillyweed that Harry gets to complete the water challenge in Goblet of Fire. The gillyweed, he actually learns that from Dobby, the house elf, in the books. In the movie, he gets that from Neville Longbottom. Why they changed that, it doesn't make sense to me, because Dobby has a huge story arc that goes all the way through into when you see him die at the end and they bury him. They cut the major points out of the movies that are impactful to the story and what happens. There's also a huge bit with Hermione and the elf liberation society she builds, all of that. So there are big story parts left out for people who have read the books, who want to see those things on screen. And there are lots of people who have no clue what I'm just talking about. And they would love to see, some of us would love to see some of them, some of the non-book readers learn these story points, right? It'd be good. Last box. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Box. And look here, you guys. You remember our little crumple, right? It goes all the way through. See there? There it is. You can see. That crumple made it all the way through to the inner box. The outer box, the second box, the third box, and all the way into box number 5 here. Still got that crumple. Oh my goodness. So we'll take a look and see. On the inside, I'm sure that it'll be fine, but that is our concern right there. And this is something that people really get upset about with the shipping companies. Hasbro, look, I'm not blaming Hasbro at all for this, right? Unless they were to send a person directly from the store to hand deliver this, white glove kind of delivery. You're just not gonna do better. All right, so here's the outer door. Right, there's the outer door, and we've got cover more stools, right, that you can place around, as well as another bracing piece here, and then it's back on. Here, this got another layer as well. Set this down. Running out of space. Oh, there's so much. She agrees with you. The story does need a retelling, right? I'm rooting for people in general and projects to succeed, so I'll definitely check it out. Yeah. She agrees with me. Oh, very good. So she's read the books too. See, now I forgive you. I forgive you for asking me the question that could get me in trouble, all the way. Leslie, thank you for the question. It was great. Absolutely great. I wasn't mad. I'm just having fun, right? I'm having fun. So look, we have more of the inside pieces here. Lots of detail. We've got the door controls. Oh, we got door controls. Lots more little glasses and things that we can set around. Plus, wouldn't you know it, a door. We've even got a door. So you can put that, and this door is made so you can open it if you want. So you can put it on the face, you can open the door and do pictures that way. So yeah, I think the comment was made before, for the money, I think you get value. Certainly what they have put into this is quite incredible. That LAAT gunship, I hope that it funds, as Mumbo Jimbo said, right? It may not be for me, but I'm a fan of collectors, people who really want to build out their collection. They're prequels fans. I'm not a huge prequel fan. I don't need the gunship, and I don't need it, right? It doesn't mean if I had one, I wouldn't have it, but I don't need it, and I'm not rooting against it. I want it to do well. Oh, there we go. Look at all that. I got the tower of boxes behind me now. So wow. Woo. We'll break that down. We'll put it together and all of that in the future. It's just a lot to go through today. It says, you're correct. Dobby in the Three Brothers story was left out. Oh my goodness. It was. The Three Brothers story for the Deathly Hallows. They sort of covered it through animation bits that were in there, but they certainly didn't tell it, give it the kind of treatment that it needs to truly understand it. How about a new Star Wars retelling? A new James Gunn Star Wars cinematic universe. Oh, Raymond, naughty list. Naughty. You're being bad. No, no, just no. We don't need a retelling. We don't need a restarting. We don't need a James Gunn multiverse Star Wars. That's all bad. That's bad. None of it's good. Don't do it. I strongly say no. Forgot to ask. You're any other folks that have opinions on the $1,000 Lego Death Star that was announced? Jim, great question, and one that I want to talk about next week. Next Friday's show, we're going to devote to toys. The future of the toy industry as it comes with Star Wars. Is there a future for vintage collection, Black Series figures? What about Hot Toys and Lego? Specifically, Lego. That's the topic for next Friday. We want to see how this Haslab Cantina does over the weekend. There's just 3 days, 10 hours, and 20 minutes left. And we are at 5,268 backers of the 8,000 needed. In the next 3 days, if they can jump over that 8,000 mark, it'll certainly affect how we discuss the topic next Friday. And we'll bring up this $1,000 Lego Death Star. We'll talk about it. $450 for an LAAT gunship. Tremendously detailed, much the way as this Cantina that we went through, or my Razor Crest here, right? If you guys haven't seen like unboxings and settings up of the Razor Crest, go look for like Bosk's Bounty or Only One Kenobi. They've done great coverage of it. There are tons of features and parts and bits in this Razor Crest that are unbelievable. The gunship is remarkable for $450. This Cantina set for basically $500. Just amazing stuff. But would you get a Lego Death Star for $1,000? Woo! We'll talk about it next Friday, Jim. Thanks for the question. All right, you guys. I'm going to call it here. We'll pick up next time. My chair has sunk. I'm shorter now than I was when I started. It's been great hanging out with you guys, talking Star Wars today. Remember our topic of the day. What is the post Rise of Skywalker universe going to be like? Is it a post-apocalyptic universe? Which post-apocalyptic universe trope might they follow? Might it be a combination? I'm anxious to learn. I hope you are too. Jim says, Sabersmith, Mumbo, way too much money for the sliver of Death Star. I saw yesterday a guy who loves Star Wars, Mike, was talking about it, and they named it the Death Slice, right? Not the Death Star, it's the Death Slice. Fantastic name for this Death Star. Lego Death Star, it's the Death Slice. Really good. That was quite entertaining. Somebody in Mike's channel in his stream yesterday came up with that. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope it's wonderful. Mike Porter is out today. I gave the Mike Porter dad joke before, but Mike is going to a wedding this weekend. I hope he has a great time. I hope you all have a great time and enjoy the time we have this weekend. We'll be back next week to talk more Star Wars, and specifically the future of the toy industry when it comes to Star Wars. Is Hasbro or Vintage Collection, Black Series, Hot Toys? Who's collecting? Who's going to buy them? And where will we be, say 5-10 years from now? So we'll talk about that next week. Baymax, I hope you have a safe flight. Look forward to talking to you again later. You guys take care, and until next time, my friends. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, and may the Force be with you always. Bye bye now.